So here's the scenario. It is really cold outside, cold as cluck. And you want to do something nice for your chickens, so you make some warm oatmeal. You bring it out for them in the morning and they eat it up and they're all happy with their warm chicken bellies. You go to social media and you post it on social media and everybody tells you, you're gonna kill your chickens. And you're like, what? Hello friends, welcome to Chickenlandia. My name is Dahlia. I'm a backyard chicken educator, also known as the president of Chickenlandia. Raising chickens has been the best way for me to find peace and joy in my life, and I want to help you find that too. Oh, Bubba, are you cold? It's a little bit chilly out today. It's not as bad as it's gonna get. It's gonna get really cold, but don't worry, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna make sure you stay warm, okay? Okay. Put you down. Okay, where do I start? From the beginning of my chicken education journey, from when I first started being a backyard chicken educator, I really made a decision from then on that I was gonna be like nice. Even if someone's doing something that I think is bad for their chickens or whatever, to me, it's all about educating that person because, you know, if someone has the right education and they're taught in a way where they can absorb that information and they don't feel defensive, then they're going to do better. Their chickens are going to do better and everything will just be better. Like, it's better. Now, because I have made this decision not to get negative, it has taken me longer to grow my platform than some other people in this arena. And I think a big reason for that is because, you know, it's really unfortunate, but sensationalism, it gains followers. And I mean, I confess that. I mean, even this thumbnail, like the thumbnail and the title that I put in this video, there's a little bit like clickbaitiness to that. And I know that. But the reason for that is because literally YouTube will not show my videos unless I kind of make the thumbnail and the title a little bit sensational. So I will do that if I have to, but for the most part, I really, especially when it comes to like putting information out there, I don't want to make somebody afraid of something when they don't need to be afraid. I actually think that that's wrong. So what does all this that I've told you so far have to do with oatmeal? Well, a long time ago, there was a pretty sensationalized article that came out about feeding oatmeal to chickens. It was like a warning that it is bad to feed oatmeal to your chickens. And there is something I do want to warn you about when it comes to oatmeal and feeding it to your chickens. There is something like legitimate that I want to warn you about regarding this. But in general, giving your chickens a bowl of oatmeal in moderation, I think it's absolutely fine. I have a bowl of oatmeal right here I'm gonna give to my chickens. This is warm, it is not hot. You don't wanna give hot oatmeal to your chickens. This is warm oatmeal. And when I cooked it, I put a little bit of thyme in it. I didn't have any oregano or else I would have put some of that in it. I probably should have put some garlic in it. I mean, you can feed your chickens plain oatmeal, but in the winter when there's so much like respiratory stuff and illness going around, I do like to boost their immune systems when I can. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this even healthier. I'm gonna put something on top of it and let me show you what that is. Oh my gosh, so now the chickens are like, they're like all over here because they saw me get this bag out of the coop. This is the Omega Mix from Grably Farms. My chickens love it. It is really healthy for them. It has black soldier fly larva, pumpkin seed, chia seed, black oil sunflower seeds, marigold, broccoli. It's just really good stuff and it makes them lay healthier eggs for my family, which is great. And then it also helps the chickens to be healthier, which I love. So what I'm gonna do is before my chickens attack me, you can't see, but they're like all over here, and I have one chicken right next to the camera. I am going to top this with some Omega Mix. Look at that. I just want to put a spoon in that and eat it. And I am going to put this down for them, and we'll see. We'll see if they like it. Okay, let's see. You guys like this? You guys want to eat that? Yay, we love it. Save some for the little itty bitty ones. Okay, I had to come over here to outer Chickenlandia because they were being so loud eating that oatmeal. They were just going crazy. And I don't want to hear it. Okay, so the article that was saying that feeding your chickens oatmeal is bad. The main reason that it says that is because there is something that is in oatmeal, and that thing is called beta-glucans. Glucans. I think that's how you say it. Beta-glucans comprise a group of BD-glucose, which means a simple sugar, polysaccharides, or glucans, naturally occurring in the cell walls of cereals, bacteria, and fungi. So it's in grain, it's in bacteria, and it can be in like mushrooms. And what the main article that is warning against feeding oatmeal to your chickens says is that these beta-glucans can keep your chickens from being able to absorb the nutrients in their feed. But let's look a little bit further. I'm just looking at the beta-glucans Wikipedia page, and it talks about beta-glucans being in oats, barley, wheat, and rye, all of which can be found in chicken feed. So I was like, when I read that, I was like, okay, even the chicken feed that sponsored that original article contains these grains. So that doesn't make any sense to me. But I will absolutely confess, and this is the truth. Scientific stuff is not my strong suit, but there is an article out there. It's a blog post by Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. There's these really sweet ladies, Holly and Chrissy, and they're really funny. They have a podcast, and it's called Coffee with the Chicken Ladies, and they're on Instagram too. But on their blog, they have an article about giving oatmeal to chickens and whether or not it's dangerous, and they really break it down, and it's an easy to read article. It was definitely part of my research for this video, and it really just put my mind at ease, and I was like, okay, this really makes sense, logical sense and scientific sense. So I will put that article for you in the description, and you should check out their podcast too, because it's a lot of fun. The bottom line is giving your chickens a nice warm bowl of oatmeal in the morning when it's cold, or even like a cold bowl of oatmeal in the summer. In moderation, that is absolutely fine. Now, I did have a veterinarian tell me one time that you really don't want to overdo oatmeal because it can be binding. That was one veterinarian. She was a natural, a holistic vet, so I really do trust her. And she was like, you really just don't want to overdo it. It's like, don't give it to them every single day. Moderation. I think most people understand that, moderation. A couple times a week, something nice. And then, before they go to bed, you can give them a treat. You can give them the grubs from Grubly Farms. You can give them the Omega Mix. You can give them some cracked corn or some scrambled eggs or something that's going to keep them warm and get them through that colder night. But one thing that you do not want to do, and this is my warning that specifically has to do with oatmeal, you do not want to give them oatmeal right before they go to bed. You just saw, like when they're eating oatmeal, they can get it on their face, they can get it on their wattles, they can get it on their combs, they go crazy for it, they love it. But if they get all that moisture, like that wet oatmeal on their comb and on their wattles, they are in big danger of getting frostbite if it's really cold out because they have that moisture on their combs and wattles and face. So you don't want that. And I know about this because it happened to a friend of mine where she thought she was doing a good thing. She gave her chickens oatmeal. At the end of the day, they went to go roost and a bunch of them got frostbite. And it was really sad, and she was really frustrated. So I want to keep that from happening to you and your chickens. Another thing that you can do every day in the winter is actually give them fermented feed. And the way that you do that in the winter is you give it to them in a heated dog bowl. And that is like a special warm treat for them. It's not warm enough to affect the ferment, but it's a nice warm treat for them that's very similar to oatmeal. It's got that same consistency. If you don't have a heated water bowl, if you don't have electricity in your coop, it's a lot harder to do that. I do have some ideas though about keeping your water from freezing in the winter, even if you don't have electricity in your coop. And I will leave that video on the screen right now. It's 100% friendly backyard chickens education and entertainment, and I know you're gonna love it. Now they follow me over here. They're looking for more oatmeal.